You're now watching Qnews. Here are the top stories for this hour. Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar has confirmed that Israel will initiate negotiations on the second phase of the detainees deal. Israeli media also reported that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will hold a security consultation today. Netanyahu has rejected Hamas' request to link the release of the remaining hostages to ending the war. Israel's cabinet meeting has concluded yesterday without reaching a decision on the second phase of the Gaza agreement. Prime Minister Netanyahu reaffirmed his firm stance against allowing the Palestinian Authority to govern Gaza, emphasizing his commitment to U.S. President Donald Trump's plan for the territory's future. The Commissioner General of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian Refugees (UNRWA) has warned of the agency's potential collapse due to Israeli Knesset laws targeting its funding. Commissioner Philippe Lazzarini stressed that the agency's dissolution would create a dangerous void in providing essential services, posing a threat to regional and global stability. The Palestinian Foreign Ministry has condemned Israeli Finance Minister Smotrich for inciting the demolition of Palestinian homes. The ministry accused the Israeli government of exploiting international inaction to seize more land in the West Bank and called for global intervention to halt Israel's expansionist policies and provide international protection for Palestinians. The Palestinian National Council has denounced the brutal treatment and torture of Palestinian detainees in Israeli prisons, calling it a retaliatory policy aimed at breaking their spirit and depriving them of basic human rights. The Council emphasized that these violations contradict international conventions, particularly the Fourth Geneva Convention. It urged the international community to take immediate action and called for an independent fact-finding committee to investigate these abuses. Chinese ambassador to Egypt Liao Liqigang has reaffirmed that a two-state solution is the only viable way to break the cycle of conflict between Israel and Palestine. Speaking at the fourth high-level meeting of the Global Alliance for the Implementation of the Two-State Solution in Cairo, Liao, who also serves as China's representative to the Arab League, expressed Beijing's deep concern over the situation in Gaza. Liao emphasized the importance of international efforts to ensure the full and continuous implementation of the ceasefire agreement, stressing that Gaza is an inalienable part of Palestinian territory. He called for any future arrangements regarding Gaza to respect the will of the Palestinian people, adhere to international law, and align with the United Nations resolutions. The Lebanese presidency has announced its intention to appeal to the United Nations Security Council to enforce Israel's immediate withdrawal from southern Lebanon. Lebanon considers the continued Israeli presence as an occupation and affirms its right to use all means to secure a full withdrawal. The government reaffirmed its commitment to UN Resolution 1701 and stated that the Lebanese army is prepared to take full security control along the internationally recognized borders. Israeli media has reported that the Israeli army is increasing its troop deployment along the border with Lebanon to 3 times its previous level. The move is aimed at countering Hezbollah's attempts to reposition itself in southern Lebanon. Meanwhile, France has insisted on a complete Israeli withdrawal from southern Lebanon as soon as possible. The Lebanese armed forces have deployed in 11 southern towns and border locations south of the Litani River in coordination with the International Committee. The army has been conducting engineering surveys, clearing roads, and disposing of unexploded ordnance, urging residents to follow military directives in the area. The United States has carried out a precision airstrike targeting a senior member of Al-Qaeda in Syria. President Donald Trump has confirmed that U.S. forces conducted the strike over the weekend. The U.S. military announced that the operation took place a day earlier, on February 15, in northwest Syria. Officials have not released further details about the strike. However, U.S. forces have been actively targeting leaders of the militant group Hurras al-Din and al-Qaeda affiliates in an ongoing effort to disrupt its operations. This concludes our top stories for this hour. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more updates on Qnews.